The Euphrates River, once a powerful force flowing through old civilizations, has gone through a surprising change. In an unexpected twist, the river has completely dried up, revealing a new part of history. As the water retreats, a mysterious revelation comes to light, grabbing the world's attention. The importance of this unusual event deeply resonates, sparking curiosity and guesses about its big meanings. In the Bible, the Euphrates River is often mentioned in prophecies, representing divine judgment and God's plan unfolding. From the beginning of the Bible to the end, the river is important both as a real place and a symbolic idea. Its connection to end-of-the-world events, like the drying up in Revelation, adds to the interest in its role in biblical predictions. What has appeared from the depths of this ancient river, wrapped in secrecy and expectation? The Euphrates River plays a crucial role in many biblical prophecies, especially in the study of end times, known as eschatology. Throughout the Bible, both the Old and New Testaments mention the Euphrates River, linking it to symbolic meanings related to divine judgment and God's plan unfolding. This part explores some of the main biblical prophecies involving the Euphrates River and what they might mean. In the Old Testament, the Euphrates River comes up in several prophecies, often connected to impending judgment or divine intervention. Genesis chapter 15, verses 18 to 21. In God's covenant with Abram, later known as Abraham, the Euphrates River is mentioned as the eastern border of the Promised Land. This reference establishes the river's importance as a landmark in the biblical story. Isaiah chapter 11, verses 15. Isaiah's prophecy talks about a time when the Lord will dry up the tongue of the Egyptian sea and wave his hand over the river, Euphrates, with his scorching wind. This imagery suggests a divine act of judgment, symbolizing the removal of obstacles and the restoration of God's people. Jeremiah chapter 46, verses 10. The prophet Jeremiah speaks about the day of the Lord's vengeance upon Babylon, saying, "For that day belongs to the Lord God of hosts, a day of vengeance, to avenge himself on his foes. The sword shall devour and be sated, and drink its fill of their blood." The Euphrates River is mentioned in the context of Babylon's judgment, indicating its destruction and downfall. In the New Testament, the book of Revelation has important prophecies involving the Euphrates River, especially concerning the end times. Revelation chapter 9, verses 13 to 16. The sixth trumpet judgment in Revelation talks about the release of 4 angels bound at the Euphrates River. These angels, connected with destruction and torment, lead an army of 200 million horsemen, causing chaos on the earth. This vivid imagery has led to various interpretations, often symbolizing divine judgment or the rise of destructive forces. Revelation chapter 16, verses 12. In the part of the Bible discussing 7 bowl judgments, the 6th bowl is poured onto the great Euphrates River, making it dry up. This drying of the Euphrates River is seen as a setup for the kings from the east to gather for the big battle of Armageddon, a major event linked to the end times. The prophecies about the Euphrates River hold symbolic and metaphorical meanings that need careful understanding. Different theological views exist about what these prophecies mean and when they will happen. Some think these events will occur in the future, marking the end of history. Some see the drying of the Euphrates River as a real event, while others think it symbolizes the breaking down of barriers or the disruption of power structures leading to the end times. Some interpret these prophecies symbolically, saying the Euphrates River represents earthly powers, kingdoms, or spiritual forces opposing God's plans. In this perspective, the drying up of the river may mean the loss of influence or the overthrow of oppressive systems, making the way for God's ultimate victory. The biblical prophecies about the Euphrates River add to the diverse set of beliefs about the end times found in the Abrahamic religions. These prophecies, spread from the Old Testament to the New Testament, used the river as a symbol of judgment, divine intervention, and the end of history. People interpret these prophecies differently, with some thinking the events will literally happen and others seeing them as symbols. Metaphorical interpretations stress the importance of the Euphrates River as a representation of earthly powers and systems that will be tested or overcome in the end times. By looking into these prophecies, people can gain deeper insights into the beliefs and expectations related to the Euphrates River in biblical ideas about the end of the world, encouraging understanding and conversations among various religious views. The idea of the rapture has always fascinated believers and sparked discussions about Christian beliefs regarding the end of the world. It suggests that, at a specific point in the end times, believers will be taken up to meet Jesus Christ in the air, avoiding the troubles of the world. Some interpretations of biblical prophecies hint at a link between the rapture and the Euphrates River. In this section, we'll explore the concept of the rapture and its possible connection with the Euphrates River. Although the term rapture isn't directly in the Bible, it comes from the Latin translation of the Greek word harpazo, meaning to be caught up or to be taken away. The idea of the rapture mainly comes from passages like 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verses 17, which says, "Then we who are alive, who are left, will be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so we will always be with the Lord." There are different beliefs about when and how the rapture will happen, including pre-tribulation, mid-tribulation, post-tribulation, and pre-wrath views. Among these, the pre-tribulation rapture is widely accepted, suggesting that believers will be taken up before a time of great trouble on earth. Within certain interpretations of biblical prophecies, some scholars and believers have looked for connections between the rapture and the Euphrates River. These connections often come from specific parts of the book of Revelation. In Revelation, the Euphrates River is mentioned in relation to end times events, especially the sixth bowl judgment. Revelation chapter 16, verses 12. According to this passage, the Euphrates River dries up to allow the kings of the east to gather for the Battle of Armageddon. Some supporters of rapture theology see this drying up of the Euphrates River as a potential sign that the rapture is coming, indicating that the end times are approaching. The Euphrates River has immense importance in history, geography, and culture, shaping ancient civilizations and playing a big role in various religious and mythical stories. This section explores the many ways the Euphrates River has mattered throughout history and how it has affected human societies. In ancient times, the Euphrates River was crucial for Mesopotamia, often called the birthplace of civilization. Civilizations like the Sumerians, Babylonians, and Assyrians thrived along its banks. The river made trade, travel, and irrigation possible, leading to agricultural success and the growth of cities. This, in turn, allowed for incredible achievements in art, buildings, literature, and governance. In the myths of ancient Mesopotamia, the Euphrates River had a central role. It was seen as the boundary between the earthly world and the underworld. The river was linked to the goddess Tiamat, a primal deity representing chaos and creation, as well as to Enki, the god of wisdom and water. These mythical connections show the spiritual and cosmic importance of the river in ancient Mesopotamian beliefs. In the Old Testament, the Euphrates River is tied to the Promised Land, marking the eastern border of the territory promised to Abraham's descendants. It becomes a significant point in God's agreement with Abraham. Genesis chapter 15, verses 18 to 21. In the book of Revelation, the Euphrates River is mentioned in end times prophecies. It is linked to the river drying up, leading to important events like the gathering of armies for the Battle of Armageddon. Revelation chapter 16, verses 12 to 16. The Euphrates River's historical, geographical, and cultural importance is hard to overstate. Its role as the birthplace of civilization, supporting ancient societies with abundant agriculture and enabling trade and city growth, has shaped human history. Additionally, its religious and symbolic meaning in myths and religious traditions highlights its spiritual and cosmic significance. From Mesopotamian myths to the Abrahamic religions, the Euphrates River holds deep meaning, representing divine promises, judgment, and end-of-the-world events. The Euphrates River remains a testament to how human civilization and the natural world interact, leaving a lasting impact that echoes through time. As the story of the Euphrates River completely drying up comes to an end, we find ourselves on the edge of a new time. The discovery of the hidden truth beneath its waters has fascinated us, making us eager to understand its significant meanings. As we learn more, our grasp of history, prophecy, and the intricate connection between nature and spirituality grows stronger. The tale of the Euphrates River serves as a reminder of the mysterious side of our world, always encouraging us to delve into its secrets and embrace the ongoing adventure of exploration.